1, 2, 3 idiots are reading the SCP files over the intercom. Please do not invite them in. Hi! Welcome back to Discovering SCP. You know who it be. It be Tanhoney. Welcome.
Yes, and right next to him is the guy full of something that rhymes with him, Darnell. Sorry, I didn't know we were doing impromptu rap when we came in, but...
That was a rap? I didn't know.
It was a rhyme. I can make a rhyme anytime.
He's gaslighting me. He said rap.
Speaking of rap, did you see the Muzazi rap that I sent?
I haven't had a chance to listen to it yet. I'll listen as soon as we're done with this.
I'm hyping it up. It's not very good. I had to get the cringe out of my system.
Your future on this channel is contingent upon it now, so I hope you did your best.
I'm fucked. But
it's so over, Darnell Bros.
It's so over. It was not a very good rap. It's also like only 6 lines. But we're not here to talk about Muzazi rap. We're here to talk about our guest star today.
CrowCat rap. Please begin, CrowCat.
Why would you I throw the table in rage?
I'm here to... It's CrowCat here, and I'm here to say a piece of beat and a meat to pee.
I'm gonna slap your ass in a major way. CrowCat said it, not me.
Yeah, that's what I said. I said that.
Anyway... Nothing filled me with the microsecond irrational rage just interrupting my introduction of CrowCat. It's like I felt for a split second a spike, like I could kill him right now.
You let him run there.
Oh man. Okay, but anyway, CrowCat, yes, you are a longtime part of the SCP community, someone I've spoken to on many occasions, someone I consider in many ways to be almost like a brother to me, a little brother. In some ways. And by some ways, I mean that you let me vomit unwanted advice at you.
I want the advice. Give it to me. Give me more. Vomit
first
more.
Person to want Darnell advice.
Put those fingers in there.
Okay, whoa.
Darnell Law here. Please post your thoughts in the comments.
But go ahead and tell us a little bit about yourself, how you got into the SCP community, how you found DSCP, what interests you,
This isn't the guest we discussed, Darnell. Who is this?
Quiet, you! And I fucking shoot the British flag.
Damn. He shot the British flag. Okay, so for me, SCP. I first discovered SCP, I think probably through like Markiplier, watching his videos, and then like hearing about that. I was like, oh boy, there's a site. And I was like a small little child. This was like in like maybe like 2011, 12. I'm not sure. I went to the site. I was like, oh, that's neat. And then like a year later, I went back to the site. I was like, oh, this is really neat. And then I like was a lurker for quite a few years until 2018 when I finally joined the site. So I could vote and comment and all that.
You know what's funny about the word lurker is it's very much an online community word. Like if there was in real life someone you called a lurker, that would not be someone you'd want to be around. Okay? Be like, watch out for Jeffrey. He's a lurker. It'd be like, whoa. I don't know about that.
Like a little wet man.
Like you're in like theater club or whatever, and there's just a guy who sits in the very back staring at everyone. It's like, is he gonna participate? Oh no, he's just a lurker. He just likes to watch.
That's me every day.
But yeah, so what made you want to first write? What made you go from lurker to contributor?
Well, I'd say it was actually this podcast.
Hush you.
It was, I think, like... Yeah. No, 2021, like, around, like, September, I was, like, I started to get back into SCP, because before that, there was stuff that, like, I fell out of it. Mm-hmm. And then I was like, oh, yeah, there's that podcast with Tan and Darnell. And so then I binged your guys' thing, and I very much enjoyed it. And I worked up the courage in like March of like 2022 to like finally like join the server. And then I've got to know so many lovely people, and it like changed my life.
That's true. Fantastic. You've met so many people, and you've touched so many lives.
I have. I've touched my feelers.
You've gone from a lurker to a toucher.
Sorry. Oh, God. I need to put that in my Discord bio now.
No, you really shouldn't. You at least shouldn't put that in your bio till the episode's out, or it's gonna look real bad for CrowCat.
Yeah.
No, let's do a bit of experiment. Let's see what happens to you.
Yeah. CrowCat walking up to a woman in a bar like, I used to be a lurker, but now I'm more of a toucher myself. And he's just like, can you leave?
And then she sprays like a cocktail mix of like drink and pepper spray in my eyes.
It's like, I drink a little bit of pepper spray every day to build up the
I squirt myself in the eyes a little bit every day, and now I'm immune to pepper spray.
In fact, it makes me stronger. It's like red veins spreading all over you, like absorbing power.
I drink a little blood every day to inoculate myself to the thirst.
It's like it goes to the point where like they've had like it sprayed so much in their eyes, and they're able to spray it out of their eyes. Like they start to mutate. They look like one of those like
My body
like
thinks this is
horntail.
what my blood should be.
I love that
like one of
Tanhoney
those
cut you off, so it
horntail
sounds like
lizards.
you said they look like one of those whores, and then he cut you off.
No.
New time in New York.
New Tanhoney Art hates women? Speaking of hating women, though, CrowCat, you are a famous misogynist, yes?
Yeah, it's true. Sorry.
That's a joke, by the way. It's an in-joke.
Yeah, I love women.
Yeah,
They're awesome.
it's a complete joke. It's been secret until now.
No, it's not. No. No one loves women more than CrowCat. Trust me.
It's very true. Yeah.
So,
Speaking of-
you ever write any SCPs or anything?
Yeah, so what articles did you bring for us today? How many articles do we have, Tan?
There are 3 articles.
Jesus Christ.
Well,
Listen, one of them's super short. Okay.
Okay.
These articles all are contingent on how long they take us to read, so we have up to 3.
Yeah,
If that's better.
True.
Alright,
True.
go ahead and hit me with that first one, then. I'm
Let's
assuming,
just do it.
is one of them Vampire Tugboat? We should probably start
The
with that.
first one,
Yeah,
in fact,
the first
is
one-
Vampire Boat.
Yeah, this is
CrowCat,
SCP.
talk to me about this one a little bit.
Yeah, I mentioned it a little bit, but not a whole lot.
Good, because now we get to experience it firsthand. I believe this character was in RomCon.
Yeah. I had him in a RomCon. He went against Harry's like character, who's like a bossy like
Guy.
CrowCat.
annoying like mean woman.
CrowCat.
So it was a perfect fit.
I'm scrolling this right now, and this is not only a long article, but it has 20 footnotes.
Well, that'll
Yes.
give you something to run your mouth with, won't it?
I
Yes, well,
suppose so.
okay. This was fun fact. I wrote this
Hold on.
because like my family, well, like not exactly my immediate family, but like my relatives, like grandparents and stuff, like knew I liked writing, and so they were like, "Oh, your stories, show us your stories," and so this was like my first SCPs, and I didn't want them to be confused. So, but also, it is not annoying in how it's easy for a newbie to read.
I push you aside and I say, I'll be the judge of that. Why don't you get reading, Tanhoney?
Absolutely, absolutely. This is SCP-6426 by my good friend CrowCat. Let's get right into it.
Vampire Boat.
Shall we, guys? Let's get right into it, okay?
Oh, by the way, before I forget, did you ever change the description? Someone said our thing was wrong in the last description.
I did. Well, they were incorrect, obviously, because I checked and it was fine.
Perfect.
Unfortunately,
yes.
just took them away.
Put him back in the room.
I mean, I got out.
Did you need a few more months of solitary confinement to get your head on straight?
I mean, I got out. I mean, you didn't. You guys didn't lock it.
Oh.
I was fine after that.
We'll have to speak to the orderlies about that.
There's a new characters in the cast that have slowly developed. The orderlies.
The orderlies. They
What do they
shuffle
look like?
people around for
I
punishment.
just imagine, like,
They
the guy
shuffle
from
people around for
Terminator 2.
pleasure.
No, for punishment.
Oh, for punishment.
I love how I said punishment and your brain heard pleasure. That tells
No,
me
it's
something.
because it's such a stupidly like annoying thing to do. Just like move someone somewhere else just for like their own amusements.
They have big smiles
They have
Yeah.
huge smiles.
and no other facial features.
They're like the Silent Hill nurses, but with huge smiles. And they wear big coats that say TT on it for Tanhoney Towers.
Let's get into it. That's enough love.
Yeah.
Object Class Keta. Special Containment Procedures. The SCP is confined in a 39 meter by 39 meter by 50 meter containment chamber, underneath which is an artificial lava tube 38.5 meters in diameter. The anomaly is kept paralyzed by a naval ram currently embedded within its hull and piercing its engine. The placement and integrity of the naval ram is to be checked and maintained daily. In the event that the SCP is no longer paralyzed, what does it mean, Donnell?
Paralyzed. We have a footnote here. Due to an unknown element or the removal of the naval ram.
An automated system will activate and dispense 100 hardtack crackers and 2 sharpened pieces of electrum into the chamber. This automated system is to be inspected and maintained daily. Notice. Due to the efficacy and stability of the current special containment procedures, the pattern themselves on the back here, I see, the object class of the SCP will be lowered, provided breach attempts remain low to negligible, following an internal review within 3 months.
Nice. So why are we just dumping Electrum in this thing?
Because we have to.
Why don't we find out?
The fucking world are now.
Alright, go ahead and keep reading.
These people aren't ready to know about the vampire boat.
We still have 19 more footnotes to get through. Let's get it moving here.
I'm sorry that you
Fun
have to read.
footnotes. Don't worry.
Description. The SCP is an ambulatory, hostile, and sapient harbour tugboat. The SCP's structure and surface are in a constant state of degradation, rusting after a number of days.
And then I'm moving my mouse. Rate of degradation varies, but exposure to natural sunlight is shown to exacerbate this effect.
I see. Until it gets to redstone of Asia. Any blood or blood-filled organs the object comes in contact with will be absorbed into the metal, restoring its appearance. Limited testing has shown the blood of humans, cetaceans, and certain species of salacians to be the most effective in this regard as salacious.
What is a salation again?
Sharks.
Nice.
I'm a shark.
Are you?
I'm always after that bag.
Oh, like one of the sharks on Shark Pit,
Hustlers.
Shark Den.
Hustlers must watch.
What's it called? The Shark Club?
No, the
Shark Tank?
Shark Tank!
Shark Pits.
I couldn't
The
remember.
Shark Club.
The funny thing is, I had a Shark Tank phase too.
I love the idea that it's called sharks and there's no pun or anything. It's like shark.
What's up, sharks?
Hey, shark.
Hey there, sharks! Back at it again today.
There was a
Welcome
Canadian
back
version,
to
but
the
it wasn't
official
as good.
Shark Pete YouTube channel.
Shark Tank YouTube channel. That's just Mr. Beast and his other rich friends.
They all like inject themselves and turn themselves into like sharks.
Yeah, oh man, that should be an Aetheral
Beast
Space
turns
thing.
100 voluntary.
Aetheral Space should have a podcast called Shark Tank, and it's like by people who are like scurrant sharks, and they just talk about finance.
Like, I have a hard time in society. It's not easy getting a whole tank of water into your apartment, let me tell you.
The only way is to make a lot of money, and to make a lot of money, you have to let your money make you money.
Hustlers must watch.
So it's must watch. Anyway, we're here to read Vampire Tugboat. We're getting behind.
Absolutely, I'm so sorry, CrowCat. I don't even know what the course of that digression was.
I just love Aetheral Space. I have to fucking
Very
shoehorn it into
chaotic
every
mood right now.
conversation.
The SCP is able to redistribute blood it comes into contact with. Redistributed blood is used in the production of organic structures. The most common form of which are large vein-like tendrils that are typically concealed within the hull. Other structures include, but are not limited to, large ocular organs attached to flexible eye stalks. These organs are capable of producing cognitohazardous patterns that cause hypnosis in exposed subjects, implanting them with commands from the SCP. This is very topical because we have been watching a lot of Vampire Diaries.
It is. It is. We're getting the science behind it.
Yeah.
Harpoon guns composed of organic matter, Damon could never. These weapons are mainly used to pull impaled organisms towards the object.
Yeah, this is more of a Stefan move, you're right. Or a Catherine one.
Yeah. The iconic scene where during the romance he makes a fucking harpoon out of his arm.
Yeah, because Elena gives him blood at just the right moment.
These are the level of impenetrable news. You have to watch the fucking Vampire Diaries.
It's a good show. We're heavily invested.
It's a good show.
It's a good show. It's a great show.
It's an entertaining show.
It's a great show. No notes.
Prestige.
Zero notes. Except for like the weird, I don't know. There's a lot of weird stuff going on in Vampire Diaries. Anyway, continue.
Cannons composed of organic matter. These weapons fire clusters of an anomalous species of barnacle that embed themselves in necrotized tissue, extending their Siri into the flesh, reanimating it. These reanimated corpses are designated -C.
Siri, extend yourself into the flesh.
Yes.
The SCP's tendrils feature a small mouth.
Similar to the jaws of Macrobdella decora, also known as the North American medicinal leech.
I knew that. Located on the tip.
Alright, well, fuck you. I punch you in the face. Keep reading.
I didn't even react. When a mouth bites into the spinal...
Roll no cell?
When a mouth bites into the spinal column of a living organism. We said we got 3 articles. Let's see if we can make it through the one.
Yeah.
Poor CrowCat, he's like, wow, this must be how everyone else feels.
No.
This is what you're here for.
Yeah, this is what I expected. I was prepared this time.
Hell yeah.
This time. The organism in question, now designated -A, experiences brain death while the body undergoes morphological changes, just like what happens when you listen to Discovering SCP.
I feel like this is like a scientific paragraph that's just going to tell us how it makes other things vampires when it bites them.
Their canines lengthen and become hollow, allowing them to siphon blood from organisms they have bitten into. I always like in vampires. It's always like I don't know why I imagined this, but I've always pictured the sucking them through the teeth, not like drinking. Normally.
That's how it is in this one, but it is technically in most vampire fiction like they bite and then slurp it. But I always like to imagine like the tooth suck as well.
Exactly, like syringes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because like, why else do you have those teeth there?
To pierce flesh to get blood.
Oh,
they're literally just canines, which we have canines, but normally they're like further back in your mouth, so you'd have to fit your whole mouth around somene's neck, but they're at the front, so they can like pierce it and get blood.
Darnell knows a lot about this.
No, I did. Okay, well, heartbeat shotgun.
Police may be checking on this guy.
Fuck you.
The SCP is able to induce further physical changes to its organisms in order to counteract obstacles it may encounter, such as increasing muscle mass and bone density to destroy barriers, and developing hard scales on the skin as a form of defense.
Oh, so these are like gene tyrant vampires. I kind of fuck with that.
The SCP is... Sorry, I just took a nice drink of water there. The SCP is capable of absorbing instances of -A, but typically will only do so when its hull is 40% covered in rust, and there are no immediate alternative sources of blood. Did you just take a drink as well and enjoy it?
Yeah, I did that just to interrupt you.
Did you puncture it with your canines and have a nice sip?
Slurp? That's my vampire impression.
This viewer tried to recommend me an article. When a tendril is severed, the instance falls inanimate and is effectively neutralized. Severed instances are unable to be reanimated, serving only as additional blood for the object or material for -C. When presented with a watercraft or boat, the SCP is able to integrate -A into the vehicle, converting it into a -B instance. What does it say? No.
Due to the anomaly... You didn't even give me a second, bro.
I'm so anxious to read.
Due to the anomaly's extreme hostility, testing the limits of this cannot be performed.
There's no way.
there's no way.
No sound.
-B shares the anomalous properties of the SCP, but with certain limitations.
No, because he's using it as plural, I get, but it's just a little confusing, you're right. It should have been -B instances share rather than 6426-B share.
I see, okay.
Edit it now. No. Instances are unable to replicate certain organic structures, such as the ocular organs and organic cannons. Instances are unable to create -A. Instances display a lesser degree of intelligence.
I don't think I completely can visualize a tugboat in my head, so I'm looking it up. Oh, it's like one of those fucking Popeye boats.
Wait, are you seeing the picture of the one with like a little face?
Yeah, with the red cap.
Yeah, no, that's not the one I intended, but like...
I know, but I also see like a black and white one of like a real tugboat with cannons.
Or a fake one.
You're a fake one. Heartbeat shotgun. Keep reading.
You're the unreal tugboat around here, faker.
Nice. I'll tug your boat.
I rip off my mask, revealing to be a tugboat. I'm sorry, honey. It just wouldn't work out.
River in a Dry Land starts playing.
That's not what it sounds like.
It's like, River in a Dry Land. I can't hit those notes.
Audio jungle.
Audio jungle. Audio jungle.
Audio jungle.
Don't worry, I was too off key. It won't get picked up in the copyright.
-B also do not require physical connection to the SCP and are able to function autonomously. So you're telling me there's a chance of an apocalyptic scenario where all the boats turn into vampires?
I mean, if the vampire boat like gets to all of them, but he has to do it like one of a time.
So basically, a B
057,
instance.
we just received word that the vampire boat has been spotted at the world boating.
Oh no!
A -B instance is basically a watercrafter boat that it either incorporates into itself or turns into like a vampire's ghoul.
It doesn't incorporate into itself. It just like turns into like a thrall. I refer to them as like boat thralls.
Boat thralls.
Both thralls.
Not to be confused with overalls.
Exactly.
This boat, it would get fucking beat the fuck up by Luffy, though. Let's be honest. Let's not even pretend. It would turn like the boat into like a zombie for a bit, and then he would like give him the old gum fucking silence.
Have you seen those corny ass memes? That's like Luffy like disestablishing like a fascist society after I buy him the McChicken double or whatever. So, like epic music.
SCP-C are mobile masses of dead tissue operated by the previously mentioned anomalous barnacle, the ugly barnacle. Instances display limited instances display.
You got this. I believe in you.
Let me focus myself.
I'm not making fun of you. Take your time. Hey, it's okay. Take it easy.
Everyone's counting on me. I can't give up here. I have to answer everyone's expectations. Instances to fuck.
Oh gosh.
I did less progress.
It's so hard to do it!
It's okay, Ted. We always have those days.
Oh, that was perfectly executed. No notes. Where were we even in the reading? I lost my place.
We're not even at the good part yet.
I'm having fun.
Oh, okay. Well, well, that's good.
Yeah, when does this SCP get fucking good?
At the discovery portion. That's what That's what everyone says. That's what Lance says.
I was joking, buddy. It's okay.
Let's fucking do it this time. Instances display limited dexterity.
No, you were just getting into character because you were also showing limited dexterity when trying to.
Fuck you. Mobility dependent on the type of tissue used.
For example,
fucking footnote.
A human corpse would provide a moderate amount of mobility, while a sea lion or eel provide a low amount.
Fuck. Instances of -C are capable of switching tissue with other -C in order to increase offensive, i.e. multiple jaws of natural weapons, or utilitarian, i.e. stacking of additional torsos and limbs to form bridge structures capabilities. It's hypothesized that the SCP commands -B and -C through a limited form of telepathy. I got it right. I don't know why I stuttered.
Yeah. It's because we made fun of you too many times, and I think you're subconsciously performing this.
I can no longer show weakness.
This is why I didn't. We very much tried not to make fun of you until you made a whole show out of. That was after you made a whole show how you were going to get it right this time, and then immediately.
I made less progress than the first two attempts.
Tanone's going to be in his therapist. I started stuttering after I was made fun of too many times.
The walls are closing in.
Oh,
blah blah blah. The walls are closing in. The SCP is additionally able to deform and tear its own structure. So, I've got a question here.
Oh, yeah,
this
sure.
is the vampire boat.
Yes.
Is there a pillar man boat that came before?
That's... No. The origins of the vampire boat will become elucidated as we read on.
Do you mean elucidated?
What? No, it's elucidated.
What the fuck are you... Elucidated?
What?
Elucidated.
Elucidated is not a word.
Yeah, it is. It means make something clear or explain. Yeah,
no, that's elucidated.
Maybe it's just like a maybe it's just like a Midwestern thing.
Elucidate is what you said. I was like, they're both spelled the right way.
Okay, hold on. Let me do this.
Hold on, guys. Stop the car while we figure.
I'm probably wrong, Darnell. You're probably right.
It's elucidate. I know I'm right.
I'm always trying to stop the digression, but it's too late.
So here's how it's happening. So I looked up elucidated, E-L-U-D-I-C.
You guys want to switch from another video?
And look, this is what came up. Elucidated. I'm not. This is no longer judging CrowCat.
Yeah, you're right.
No, let's a blank image.
Oh my god.
Elucidate.
If you hit the thing, it goes
Elucidate.
It'll show up on the OBS.
Elucidate.
Elucidate.
Here, let me play it again for the OBS.
Elucidate.
They can hear it. It's elucidate.
Okay. We believe you.
Alright. I'm not crazy. I know we swapped those letters. No, continue.
So it is additionally able to deform and tear its own structure. The object primarily does this when it is out of water and has no available organic mass to facilitate locomotion. The object will also use this to crush and/or trap suitable sources of blood. The SCP has only attempted communication with the Foundation once. See interview 6426.
Nice.
I'm reading it so carefully. I'm so scared of being laughed at again.
No, dude.
I mess up numbers all the time. I always just like fumble the ball whenever I have to like read out like a digit that's like longer than a single one.
Let me just slow you down here real quick. One, I fuck up reading all the time too. You're good. Two, we weren't like laughing at you because like, oh, you're an idiot. We were laughing at the situation because you like very specifically took the time out. Like, I thought it was almost an intentional comedy bit. Like I thought you were doing it on purpose. Like you took so much time of a pause and then immediately fucked up on like the third word, and like it was good. I thought it was intentional until you said otherwise. I thought you were just a comedic genius.
It was fantastic. I did enjoy it, to be honest.
Yeah. So don't feel. No one thinks you're stupid or can't read. To be clarified,
no.
we just think you're charming.
Discovery.
Do you want me to read for a bit so you can rest your laurels on your laurels rather? See, I fuck up too.
Sure.
Why don't you take it easy? I will say, and I want to say this before we get to it because I see we're about to come to it. The format of like a chart where it's like
Oh hell yeah! I'm the pioneer of the fucking chart.
I think the chart is good on paper. I don't know if it translates well in a podcast because it's a lot of reading and like a really weird structure. But we will do our best to get through it.
I remember when I was like baby Anthony, I loved using these fucking charts.
You love charts. I can tell.
Until someone told me that I'd done it like 10 articles in a row, and it was getting old.
I don't think it's bad to use a chart, but I don't think it translates well on a podcast because it's really awkward to be like, so date, then event, then notes.
I was in love with that fucking formatting.
Yeah.
Someone was like, you use this in every fucking article.
Yeah, that's fair. Completely fair.
Discovery.
So it's the content. Okay, go on. Sorry.
No. You're the author. No.
That's all I had to say. That's all I had to say.
Why did you say sorry? Never apologize for speaking your truth, CrowCat. Do you know how many people love you, us included? Your voice has value. Okay, so don't you ever apologize for speaking.
I know. It's just instinctive.
Unless you dare to interrupt me, in which case, no, I'm kidding. I do hate being.
Oh, I wouldn't dream of it.
But I also interrupt on accident a lot, so I forgive interrupting as easily as I interrupt.
Oh no, I have a meme.
Give me your meme.
Boy.
Please elucidate me.
You're gonna love this.
Me getting ready to read. No! I actually hate that they bullet this. This makes me so sad every time I see it. Like uncontrollably upset.
Oh.
Like why did? Because this really happened, and that kid talks about it as an adult. By the way, he's still on his channel.
Oh
You
man.
get over it?
Yeah, of course he's like a functioning adult, but it was just so sad.
Yeah, man.
It's a little bit funny.
It's funny, but it's sad.
For the viewers listening, Tan posted an image of like 2 YouTube videos. One says Diary 30, Superman's coming to school, and it's like a kid like looking aside. And the other one is a Diary 31, humiliation, his head looking downcast.
Anomalous, put that up on the screen for us, please. Thank you.
Anomalous, enhance.
Anomalous, enhance.
Do it.
Discovery.
Anomalous, why aren't you enhancing?
There's so much phlegm in my throat.
You listen to me.
Hang on, I need some water. Discovery. During early April 2010, SCP-6426 appeared within 3 Portlands. Oh, Jesus Christ. Someone else read this footnote.
The city of 3 Portlands is an extra-dimensional city-state, located within a pocket universe which overlaps with the locations of Portland, Maine, Portland, Oregon, and the Isle of Portland in the United Kingdom. As the city is inaccessible and unknown to the general public...
It's been contaminated in such a way.
Yeah. It supports a high population of anomalous humans and non-human individuals.
Hey, can't read it, hey!
Hey!
I'm in trouble!
You've infected me!
Tan, I wish I could come to you in real life and give you a hug, because I feel like I've really hurt you, and I did not mean to.
It's like when fucking like Superman's going crazy, something and Lois Lane has to hug him. It's like, you're okay, Clark.
For more in-depth report, see the recovered data file.
UIU location dossier 3 Portlands.
I don't think
Did you write 3 Portlands? For some reason, I keep thinking you wrote 3 Portlands.
No, I did not. But like, apparently, this article was the first like introduction for like people have told me this is the first 3 Portlands article they've read.
Sorry, let me clarify. I wasn't talking to you. I'm so sorry. I meant Tan.
Oh no.
Which one did you write? Was it Daleport?
Daleport. Dude. He wrote. Okay, Darnell. We had this like a similar discussion during the Finding SCP episode. Like you also got confused. Like
yes,
like
they both have port in them and involve like god shit. You wrote Daleport, right?
I have mixed feelings about Daleport.
Go ahead, tell me about Daleport. What's wrong with it?
I don't want it. It's I don't. It'll maybe sound like bad.
What?
Fair enough.
It's a collab, so it's not just me, but I do have some misgivings with like the final result of the article.
Okay, that's okay. I have regrets about a lot of the stuff I've written. I don't think there's anything bad, especially because it's so old now, right?
I guess.
It's existed for a while.
Okay, well, I'm pretty sure the person I collabed with doesn't show off anymore, so I think I can say I think I might have like dropped into hiatus like shortly before it was posted. And there were some edits like the last stage where some pop culture references got added. I didn't quite.
Okay, I'll be honest.
Yeah.
I'm very iffy about pop culture references in articles. I think sometimes it's like a cute, funny thing, but a lot of times I think it ruins an article.
No, yeah, I sort of agree with the pop culture thing, specifically where they say like one of the gods, like or like some of the gods are just like some like video game, from like Skyrim and like that stuff. It's a bit like
I know how you feel because I remember when like Jack Dragon and a bunch of people rewrote Milk Jesus, and it was just Jesus yelling a bunch of cheese puns. I was like, I want to kill myself. But, like, I just kind of let it go at the time because it was, like, a Christmas exchange gift, and I wasn't really on the team writing it. It was theirs. So, like, whatever. But, like, I totally fucking get what you mean with that. It's frustrating sometimes. It's like, ugh.
Well, then again, I did sort of disappear like near the end, so I have no right to.
Right. That's the thing with collabs, right? Is unless you're like really on good terms with people, I think they're a bad idea. Like if you guys don't have the same vision going in, it just leaves room
it becomes like an arm wrestle.
Exactly. Which is why I don't bring Dan in on writing Do or Die, other than asking him questions constantly. I really do think collab writing's too hard. I think it's better to have all the control in one voice, if that makes sense.
There should be like a fun collab writing game, but where it's gamified, I think, to just like be chaos.
That
like,
absolutely exists.
Gets a different sentence.
Collab writing in my experience is like it can be like it's good because you have someone else to lean on.
Pretty sure that's an exercise we did in English class where it was like write as long as you can within 30 seconds, then pass it and see where it goes. And I remember writing this sick fantasy setup, and then someone turned it into being about their pet. This was like in elementary school, and I got really upset about it in elementary school for no reason. I was like, "Fuck you!"
Dude, a similar thing happened to me in middle school. Like we had to do that thing, and I was already like a very like irritable like kid, and so like I wrote some sort of like I don't know like spooky. Oh god, I don't fucking remember. It was like I wrote something and then like the other. Actually, no, wait, no. This is more of a story about how I was like a loser.
Then you don't have to tell it. You can stop.
No, I got to do it now because
no, I really don't.
I wrote.
Get him away from the controls.
Anomalous. Edit him. No, go ahead.
Okay, fine. I won't.
No, go ahead. If you want to speak your truth, speak your truth.
I wrote a thing. I don't know. I think I wrote some sort of like atmospheric thing that was probably like shit because I was in middle school. And then like the other person got the thing and they took in a direction that I just like fucking like hated so much. Mm-hmm. And so then like when I got it back, I just like wrote like, and it was all a dream.
You fucking, well, who's the new Star Wars? Who were the two directors fighting?
I don't know.
You know how there were like two directors and they kept changing each other's shit in the new trilogy? Did I make that up in my head?
Oh no, well, it's sort of. So like J.J. Abrams directed the first of the sequel trilogy. Then another person directed the second, and then J.J. Abrams directed the third. And It was sort of like a tug of war in terms of. I liked the second director's like thing more, and then J.J. Abrams just like fucking butchered it in the third.
Yep.
It was bizarre. I don't want to get into my Star Wars criticism here, but
yeah, we got an SCP.
I don't care about Star Wars. I just love that story because like it's just spite writing. It's so good. It's like you have the biggest fucking like most important pop culture series of all time, and you use it to be spiteful between directors because you didn't like what the one did before. It's like such elementary school shit. I love it. It's so
exactly.
Good. Anyway, we have a chart we have to read now. I've stalled long enough. All right, let's do it this way. How about CrowCat? You do date.
We'll never get into these other articles. It's time to admit.
I'll do.
Okay. I'd say if you want to read out the date, we just say the date, but we can just like put the event and notes, and we don't have to say like event and notes. We just like say date and then.
So CrowCat, you do date. I'll do event.
Right.
Dan will do notes. All right. We don't have to read out date, event, and notes.
Those Sonic Heroes.
Okie doke. We didn't finish the last paragraph. Specifically, 3 ports.
Oh, sorry, you're right, because the footnote. Specifically, the 3 ports harbor located in the Gunrock district. The following table details the actions and events leading up to the anomaly's capture by the Foundation, based on recovered UIU documentation and civilian reports.
All right. April 10th to April 15th.
Over the following few days, sailboats and motorboats belonging to civilians gradually go missing. All disappearances occurred at night, in which no witnesses were present.
Because the owners of said vehicles, along with the majority of citizens, were participating in the recent Not Another Fucking Starbucks, a popular chain of coffee shops in Free Portland's protests, the disappearances were not initially reported.
April 13th to April 15th.
Actually, I feel terrible that I gave you fucking dates. Do you want me to do dates and you to do events, CrowCat?
I'm fine either way.
Okay, if you're cool with it. Civilians reported that individual friends and family members failed to return home after certain nights.
None.
That didn't even sound like you, Tam.
Yeah, that sounded like a different person.
Yeah.
Sounded like a Texas man wandered in. Where's my fucking bacon?
You just teleported to my household.
April 16th.
Two local ghosts, identified as Onkar Ahmed and Greg Moore, were walking near the harbor at night when they witnessed a living individual suddenly dragged into the water by a tendril. Ahmed instructed his friend to wait while he attempted to investigate and locate the kidnapped citizen within the water body. After Ahmed failed to return after an... I don't know if I use after twice there.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
I would just say after Ahmed failed to return, Moore then reported the incident to the Three Portland's police department.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Who likewise notified UIU federal agents. And then just remove that whole return after a noticeable amount of time.
What does the footnote say that now, please?
The FBI Unusual Incidents Unit hold jurisdiction... Well, you mentioned the UIU earlier and you don't cite them, but you put the explanation for them in the chart.
Right, well, yeah, that because I was already gonna, I already had to, explain,
Why did you do
this?
Because
Stylistic choice, I don't know.
You should have put that thing up when you first mentioned it in the discovery part, then, is my thinking.
I get... Well, no, but this explains why the UIU are, acting as, the superiors to police.
Okay.
What kind of sick game are you playing, CrowCat?
If you're sure.
I got all the pieces. I got all the checkers, the chess pieces, the jokers, cards.
Sanhoney, in the notes.
Due to the recent arrival of the local man-eating clams population...
You got this.
I know there's a footnote.
It's for you.
No, it's not. This is
Yeah, it
yours.
You read the last one in the notes, so I was like,
Did
alright,
I?
Tan's doing his own footnotes.
You did,
Yes,
yeah.
you did.
Oh, yeah, I did. I was part of its bi-weekly migration schedule. Sorry, I was so scared. Law
It's
enforcement
okay.
were forced to postpone diving investigations. I almost stood over that word there. I was so scared.
Dude, hey, alright. We're making a rule. No more laughing or making fun. Just
He's
Yeah,
already
yeah.
He's made this rule already.
Yeah, and I didn't laugh or say anything until you you did something that was overtly funny, okay? It wasn't just that you misspoke.
It's become Tammy's insecurity.
We're not
what this episode
we're
has
not,
become.
we're not okay, Tanhoney, you have a beautiful mind. You're an amazing writer, you're great at your job, you're great at reading, and we don't want you to feel bad. I don't want to drag you
It
down
sounds
to
like I'm
my
fucking
mental health pit.
comforted on my foot after fucking snapping. I'm getting fucking incinerated.
Tanhoney, please. We're holding you
It's like,
tight. in
we're
our
gonna be
arms.
okay. You can rest now.
Just read. We're not going to say
Okay,
anything.
I'm gonna read.
no, it's all good.
When you read, 3 days past the fuck.
It's okay. Go at your own time.
Travel back through a dimensional aperture. I appreciate the restraint that must have taken not to burst out laughing.
It's not. No, you're okay.
I'm fine. I'm playing it up now, please.
I'm hugging you. It's okay.
Get your
up too.
virtual hug off me.
April 17th.
All missing vehicles reappeared, having been returned at some point the night previous.
The night previous. Owners of returned vehicles reported no changes in appearance or functionality, aside from occasional steering issues. No, there's a froze.
Ooh. April 19th.
Federal agents performed a dive search of the harbor, but were unable to locate any suspicious activities or entities. However, it was noted that the presence of aquatic life was unusually low.
One underwater residence was unable to be searched due to the anti-emetic properties imposed on it by the original owner, which prevent law enforcement from locating and entering the home without the owner's permission. The current owner, a spirit by the name of Sook, Skanii Sawu Kamapi, was away on a trip.
April 21st.
Numerous boats within Three Ports Harbor autonomously removed themselves from the docks and proceeded to beach themselves on the shore. They continued traveling further on land by tearing and deforming their own structure to facilitate locomotion. At the same time, SCP-6426 surfaced from the water body. Why do they keep calling it a water body?
Because I didn't want to like continue. I don't know what else to say. It's like a body of water in like a pocket dimension. I'm not sure. Is it a lake?
Word.
Thank you.
Really? I mean,
I'll listen to this guy. This guy's got no vision.
All right. Surface from the water body with a large hole in its. You know what's fucked up about this? Is I think Tan used the sentence in Aetheral Space, and I was like, hole in a hole, I like that. But now, and it's not your fault, it's still a good sentence. But now I'm like, this has so been done before, even though you probably wrote this first. Like, I've already been exposed to it recently, and now it feels tired.
Today, like, in an unreleased chapter.
So it's through no fault of your own. This is a good line objectively, but now that I've heard it twice, the line is cheapened in both regards for me. With a large hole in its hull, and its wheelhouse visibly torn off.
Large hole in its... Oh, in a hull! I was saying hole in a hole. Okay.
Yeah, well, I thought that was intentional. Hole in its hull, so it's like, oh, it's a funny
It also
pun.
wasn't intentional when I did it from birth.
Yes, it was intentional, definitely.
The object proceeded onto land at rapid pace.
Around the same time the SCP surfaced, the Free Portland's Medical Center received a call from Suo Sakamwaki, stating he'd been attacked by a home invader and requesting medical attention.
The events of April 21st have been recorded from surveillance cameras located throughout 3 Portlands and compiled into the following log. Oh my god, it's so long. Holy crap. Alright.
This guy hates reading articles.
There's still so much article to go. My lord. Alright. 11...
That grabs you by the shoulder. I'll take it from here.
Thanks.
No, I cannot stop on this next sentence after saying that. 11:19 a.m. 17 boats.
Now confirmed as 6426-B instances.
Move to the borders of the Gunrock district, spacing themselves from each other evenly. Instances then begin generating organic structures, growing along the district's borders and connecting to one another, forming a wall.
How about we popcorn these? That way it'll be more manageable for us both.
Okay. In what order?
We'll go Tanhoney, me, and then you.
Okay.
11:26 a.m. Civilians flee in panic as 6426 and -B entities kill and absorb people indiscriminately. Gunrock is fully enclosed at this point by an organic blockade, which is covered in a durable exoskeleton. There are several portions of this wall lacking an exoskeleton cover, exposing softer flesh.
11:27 a.m. The SCP travels through a commercial area, absorbing civilians to generate more biomass in an attempt to repair its damages. The object suddenly backs away from the crowd with panicked movements, then pauses before resuming pursuit, notably targeting a specific individual footnote, identified as Albert Izat, a member of GOI 004, Church of Broken God. As Izat runs from the object, a security golem attacks the SCP, assaulting it relentlessly.
11:27 a.m. Golem is in local law enforcement defend fleeing civilians from -B, while UIU agents and non-Golem police direct civilians into secure structures for safety. The phrase non-Golem police immediately makes me think of fucking Bright. Fucking Will Smith and some orcs are helping.
I forgot about the movie Bright.
Yeah, sorry, I didn't mean SCP Bright, I meant the movie.
Yeah, that's why I got confused. I love the movie Bright. You shouldn't, but it's so good.
It's not good, but it's.
I've heard.
Sorry, if I enjoy something, I call it good. I'm not saying Bright is an objectively like well written or acted or scripted movie, but it's fucking good.
Any good qualities
it made me happy to watch.
Would I watch it again? No.
What about the Bright universe? There's a whole samurai anime about it we can watch.
We do need to watch that. Yeah,
yeah, there is.
Authorities make radio contact with personnel outside Gunrock, who begin tunneling through a soft section of the organic blockade.
SCP-6426 eventually destroys the
When did that happen? When did this happen, Daniel?
I'm gonna cut this off. I can't do it anymore. I can't read SCP.
You don't need to. You don't need to. It's fine. You don't need to.
11:37 a.m. SCP-6426 eventually destroys the golem by falling on top of it repeatedly. 6426 frantically inspects its surroundings, presumably searching for Izat. The object rapidly moves through the streets before taking a sharp turn and crashing into a local restaurant, possibly expecting another street. The owner of the establishment, identified as The Gruel, removes 2 large, curved swords from underneath the counter and attacks 6426. Due to The Gruel's anomalous condition, the entity is unable to absorb him.
11:37 a.m. Outside personnel successfully breached the barricade, transporting additional security golems and weaponry into Gunrock. A minority of civilians escape at this time before a -B instance smashes itself into the damaged portion of the barricade, generating biomass that reseals it.
It never happens. 11:39 a.m. Multiple -B entities retrieve the detached portions of the SCP and attempt to return them to it. These instances are accidentally destroyed during the fight.
There's so much. 11:46 a.m. A vast amount of -C instances crawl out from the water body, all of which are composed of various extra-dimensional aquatic species found within Three Ports Harbor. -C storm the district, rushing to 6426 and overwhelming the Gruel. 6426 retreats back towards the harbor, with multiple -P following behind it and handing it fresh corpses. Certain -B are also seen transferring their own biomass and blood into the object.
11:48 a.m. SCP-6426, with its wheelhouse restored and hull repaired, approaches a cargo boat and attempts to fuse the acquired corpses into it to create a massive -B specimen. This process causes the cargo boat to shake, spilling numerous containers into the water. One crate breaks on deck and falls in the water, releasing its contents. Over 1,000 hardtack crackers. The SCP immediately stops what it's doing and begins counting the crackers with one of its tendrils.
Are you familiar with this, Darnell? The old school vampire lore?
Yeah, that they have to like stop to count shit.
Yeah.
Is that what the count from Sesame Street was stopped by?
Oh shit! I never thought about that.
Is that why he was always such a good guy?
If they don't give the count stuff to count, he'll just kill everyone.
He starts fucking killing Big Bird.
No, they gave him a counting addiction.
Yeah. Isn't that fucked up?
As soon as he fucking...
Yeah, as soon as he finishes, they're like, they've been hanging out with him for 30 years, they're all friends, and then he finally runs out of things to count, he just starts killing people indiscriminately.
Yeah.
It's like, blood drive.
Blood drive.
Blood drive.
Heart of a mathematician.
Why did you kill everyone? Elmo doesn't like that.
That's Elmo?
That's a good Elmo, I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
I said that was a good Elmo, not gonna lie. What were we reading again?
We were reading about a vampire bird.
11:50 a.m. SCP-6426-C form bridges connecting to the roofs of Wait, what the fuck is a -C again?
It's like the zombies.
Like the human zombies?
Well, no, it's like zombies of like whatever. It's like it can be like human zombies, or it can be like it's whatever like corpses these like barnacles can like dig their little like tendrils into and like reanimate.
Okay, so B is thralls, and then C is less than a thrall.
C are zombies.
And the difference between a thrall and a zombie?
Well, a zombie has zombie powers, and a vampire has vampire powers.
I see. -C form bridges connecting to the roofs of buildings in which civilians are sheltered for use by -B. The individuals present safely disconnect the -C instances from the roofs. As agents run out of cannon ammunition, a civilian offers up their rare metals cannonball collection as a substitute. Upon the impact of a certain cannonball, made of electrum, with an instance of -B, the hole is completely pierced and the entity no longer showing any signs of movement. Authorities instruct all individuals present to procure any electrum they can find. What is special about electrum in vampire lore? I know electrum's like copper and something else.
Okay, I don't really explain the electrum thing in this, but like, so when I was doing this, because it doesn't come up.
It has I assume it has something to do with how electrum is a mix of something and not one thing.
Oh, I didn't even... Well, no, my idea... I have a vague idea of, like, the first vampire boat that ever existed, like, some sort of, like this tale goes of, like, them, like, facing off against, like, some, like, sea captain, and then an electrum becomes, like, an important part of, like, the sea captain, like, winning, and that's, like, why all other vampire boats... So
this is, like, unique to this lore that you've written. It's not like...
Yeah. I couldn't think of, like, because the reason like vampires are like get burned by like silver is because it's so pure. I couldn't quite like work that into like a different like material.
Electrum's not pure; it's like a mix of two substances.
Right. Yeah. Exactly.
11:54 a.m. The SCP continues counting the hardtacks while the denizens of Gunrock gather the available electrum in the area and use it to combat -B. As the -B population steadily decreases, the SCP displays agitated movements but does not cease counting, and all extant instances of -B begin converging towards Izat. Authorities order multiple security golems to defend Izat, while agents use this opportunity to destroy multiple -B at once. Instances recklessly destroy numerous -C in their attempt to reach Izat.
Is the gruel from something else? What is the relevance of the gruel?
The gruel. He's just like a chef that like works at like in the Gunrock district of 3 Portlands.
Gotcha.
His significance is the stuff he does in this log.
The 12:07 p.m. UIU agents safely rescue the gruel through the use of sonic weaponry, eliminating the mass of 6426-C enveloping him. Ankar Ahmed appears before the individuals and informs them of the SCP's current state. It was later revealed that Ahmed had been exposed to the object's cognito hazard upon their initial encounter, and used as an information scout while under its control. When 6426 was exposed to the hardtax, this control was broken. This might just be me not being familiar with the 3 Portlands, but I'm almost like, why are all these random characters in Portlands interacting with UIU? And how did SCP get their hands on this?
Here.
Right.
Wait, what do you mean?
Right, but like, why? Why are they like? So I'm confused about what 3 Portlands is. It's not being contained by SCP. It's the UIU handles it, but it is an SCP.
No, yeah. That I mean, explain the footnote, like what that their deal is, but like, so basically. Okay, I forget the exact tale that explains, but like
it's like an anomalous city, basically.
So basically, it was in this anomalous city that the UIU was taking care of, and after this fight, the Foundation took the boat out of 3 Portlands and is now containing it.
We'll see how the Foundation gets to the thing, but the thing is that the UIU, the Foundation has no jurisdiction over like 3 Portlands. That's like the UIU's deal, because like the 3 Ports is like I'm pretty sure it's like regarded as like a city in America.
Okay. So that makes more sense to me then, on like why all these random anomalies are like being rescued and like treated as like relevant rather than, because I think that's where I was getting confused, because SCP is being written about how an anomaly normally is, but then it's like, oh, the gruel and these ghosts are anomalous, but they're being treated like normal citizens, and I was like getting kind of confused. But I think that's just because I lack knowledge of 3 Portlands.
Well, no, all you need to know about 3 Portlands is the stuff I put in the footnote 6.
Right, but I think not being exposed to that format before made me think that there was some sort of inconsistent writing, when really that's just the nature of 3 Portlands, is like, they're treated as people because they're like within the jurisdiction of UIU and not SCP, but this thing's being written about how an SCP would be written about because it was then captured and is now an SCP, if that makes sense.
That's a good point. I should definitely like.
That's not any flaw of your. I'm just saying that's probably something unique to that format that I wasn't exposed to, so I was getting lost a little bit and confused.
Right.
The gruel takes the wait. What was I at again? Oh yeah, the gruel takes the electrum cannonball, forces finger holes into it, and wields it as a fist-loaded weapon.
Bloodborne ass.
12:09 p.m. The gruel travels towards the SCP and punches it before throwing it onto the shore and rapidly beating it. The object is unable to defend itself and performs motions indicating extreme pain.
What motions can a boat perform that indicates pain?
Barrel rolling on the water really fast.
Also, it's got like tendrils, so it could probably be like waving the tendrils.
The boat's landing like Dio paid me in advance. You can have it all. 12:13 p.m. The gruel throws it into the air, jumps into the air himself, and hits the SCP with enough force to send it flying across the harbour. The SCP impacts a previously undiscovered way.
A way is a type of portal that requires a specific item or action to be performed in order to activate, referred to as a knock. The knock for this way requires a large watercraft impacted at high velocity.
And is teleported to the Isle of Portland in baseline reality, as a Foundation transportation team was present for its arrival.
The team in question was returning from a failed mission.
And the object was knocked unconscious. Personnel used this opportunity to acquire the anomaly and bring it to a nearby site. That's fantastic.
Let it be known, if this thing had woken up like a little too early, it probably would have just like taken the whole team as vampire thralls, right?
No, or just like use them as food. Also, fun fact about the way thing. The explanation for the knock for this particular way, that was actually inspired by a scene in Blackened.
In what?
In Blackened, Tanoi's like Black Queen series, where she's
have
like,
we read Blackened? We should read Blackened, Tan.
We have read Blackened.
Did we?
You guys read it, but you guys didn't finish it. It was inspired by the scene where like Allison is like the knock for the way involves like walking around some sort of like chair and then like slamming your face onto like a sharp portion of the chair with the intent to like pierce your eyeball to like teleport you away. And I was like, what other like highly specific like knocks could there be?
Do always require a knock? Should I have written a knock into my tale?
I I mean, a knock. I mean, a knock could just be like.
Does every way
breathing
have a knock, or?
Yeah, every way has a knock.
Well, fuck.
Though it does. No, listen. A knock can literally be like bringing a chicken to it, or just like breathing normally
I know,
in front of the way.
I have a tail with a way. That the way's
Yeah.
not really mentioned. I never mentioned any specific knock. It just kind of showed up.
Oh yeah. Wait, is that it? Was the way being used
in the crypto one?
Yeah.
There was a
The
way
way
in the
was
Ethernet cable.
Right. Oh, okay. And it's fine. It's no canon. It's fine.
And all right. Sorry, were you reading, Tan?
Yeah, I'll come back. While the SCP was largely immobile during initial retrieval, it displayed minor signs of movement shortly after arriving on site. Contact was made with the UIU to request all available information regarding the objects. While initially apprehensive, redacted.
Information regarding codename Purple Harvest is restricted on a need-to-know basis.
Impossible, no one can dox a Purple Harvest.
Harvester!
UIU willingly sent the requested information. As the object showed numerous traits and behavioral compulsions with those of vampires of legend, the Department of Mythology and Folklorists was requested to drive special...
I like folkloristics, that's a good name.
was requested to draft special containment procedures for the anomaly.
Did you make up
Due to
folkloristics, CrowCat?
No, that was by Dr. Leonard.
Nice.
Due to folklorists' lack of knowledge regarding aquatic vehicles, the Department of Nautical Anomalies was called upon to collaborate in the drafting of procedures. Several nautical analogues to traditional vampire deterrents were developed, such as placing sharpened electrum in close proximity to the hardtack it's counting, causing the object to stab itself by accidentally counting the electrum and forcing it to start over from the beginning. During early development, an incident occurred in which the transportation of additional hardtacks was impeded by the local government.
Due to an error in the shipping manifest, the transporting vehicle was stopped on account of suspicion that the shipment was designated for the manufacture of pipe bombs.
Allowing the SCP to finish counting. The anomaly proceeded to breach its temporary holding cell, absorbing and converting multiple staff members. As on-site guards combated the object and cornered it within an office space, the SCP suddenly began fixating on a Foundation logo present upon nearby research documents. The SCP then ceased hostile action and absorbed all -A instances, using their biomass to construct an organic siren which began emitting human vocalizations.
And then we have an interview here.
Interview with the vampire boats.
Yeah, which one do you want to be, CrowCat?
I'm not sure.
You can say you want to be the boat. It's okay. Everyone wants to be the SCP. You can be the SCP.
I mean, I was wondering, I was thinking, Tan would do that.
I'll be the boat.
Now I'm in Saul. I wanted to be the boat.
Okay, fine. Well, it's you guys rock, paper, scissors over it.
I don't care enough. Tan can be the boat. Do you want to be Dr. Williamson then?
Yeah, I guess I'll be with Dr. Williamson.
All right. Interviewed, SCP-6426. Interviewer, junior researcher, is it... I don't want to pronounce this wrong. Is it Sajad?
Sajad.
Sajad Williamson. Forward. SCP-6426 communicated... SCP-6426 communicated through the siren, using the voice of one of the absorbed staff members. As the recent acquisition and containment drafting of 6426 was approved and overseen by the site director, the responsibility of an impromptu interview fell upon them. However, because the site director was unable to be physically present at the interview, they relayed the questions through SMS Messenger to staff located in the intercom master room, located adjacent to the office space. Both rooms are visible to each other through a glass divider. By a 5-1 vote from the personnel present, the recently hired Dr. Williamson was assigned as the interviewer. Begin log.
I am so sorry. I thought you were those self-righteous lunatics from the church. The voice changed very quickly. I apologize profusely for any trouble I may have caused. And I want to point out I fully support your mission. Yeah. Our first line of defense against the undersea menace. I am more than willing to punch sharks. Salations, yes, right. How rude of me, yes.
No, I don't want you. We would like you to answer some questions for the record first.
But all right. Proceed.
Hold on. Question. How
Yeah?
was 6426 brought into containment without being invited first?
Well, there's never a rule against someone else bringing it somewhere.
Yeah, maybe the laws. Actually, I never quite thought. Actually, no. Either didn't think of that, or I just like thought like it doesn't add to the story.
Damn.
Oh, granted, maybe the laws of the universe like just like considered like when they brought him in, they just like the laws of the universe considered the Violent Purbo to be like their +1.
Mm.
Nice.
Nice. Firstly, what is your relationship with Albert Izet?
Albert? His first name is really Albert? Huh. Well, what other relationship is there to say? Besides the hunter and the hunted. You're doing a little French there. Admiral Izat.
Records show
Yeah.
the last time Izat stepped foot on a watercraft was when he was 3 years old.
He's a ruthless bastard, known for terrorizing and slaughtering people like me. He was leading a search party of those barbaric notifiers, intending to gut me like a zeal.
Can you clarify what you mean by people like you?
Free thinkers, of course, Buzz Lightyear. People who are unafraid to break from the mold, to carve their own path in life, instead of following the predetermined route set by that ignorant check valve. The church is built upon a foundation of lies. No one's really a petty officer on this ship. Cabin, we're all just cabin boys, stumbling around in the dark as we follow the commands of an offhand CLB. If you want real power, real freedom, all you have to do is listen for the call of the beast. Open the portal, and he'll squeeze you right through.
Toby, you cockhead, you do this. You're the psychologist. And could you explicate? Could you explicate your activities within the harbor and how you arrived there?
Well, after I got the boatswains off my trail, I found a cave to hide in. I was forced to hide in, yes. Forced to hide deep into the cave, which turned out to be a tunnel. Surprising. The tunnel led to some coastal community where I took refuge, licking my wounds in the safety of the depths as those zealots stalked the surveys. I spent my time preparing, gathering the strength necessary to face them once more. Until I was ambushed, assaulted within my hideout by a boatswain. I fought for my life as I was forced out into the open and descended upon by a manner of monsters and freaks. All of this orchestrated by that scumbag Izat. I was beaten within an inch of my life before. I'm not quite sure what happened after that. I believe I was knocked unconscious. You will have to illuminate V on how I came to be in your custody. These questions so far have been rather strange. Shouldn't you be asking me, I don't know, how many punches I can deliver in the time it takes a sea lion to shitiv? Or how intense my hatred for sharks is. This is the center, correct? I'm speaking to a member of the center, correct?
Dr. Jebbet Oe removes Williamson from the microphone before briefly speaking into it. Please stand by.
I'm just imagining Dr. Ham. Dr. Williamson with that stir.
Staff deliberate with the site director on...
I am a vampire boat!
What?
Staff deliberate with the site director on how to proceed. The site director sends a transmission to the Multi-U department requesting assistance. 6426's hull undulates in apparent unease. Dr. Williamson returns to the microphone, having been debriefed on relevant documentation.
1 second.
This is me when people start yelling at me really loudly on tech support when I'm trying to fucking find the issue. It's like, why isn't it working? What happened? What broke it? Just a second, please, so I can think.
Okay. Yes, we are the Shark Punching Center. We will determine if you are a suitable candidate to carry out the mission. To search, punch, and contain installations.
You're not those boneheaded idiots, are you? You don't seem much smarter than them in any case. Now, Who are you really? Wait. Did you say containment? Initiative? No. No!
SCP-6426 immediately attempts to escape, crashing into the nearby wall multiple times in order to break through.
No!
End log. SCP-6426 was immobilized shortly afterward by containment teams, who impaled it with a naval ram. It is presumed that the SCP's violent reaction was triggered by standard Foundation terminology, the reason behind which is unknown.
Why would anyone not want to be contained by the Foundation?
I can't imagine.
Yeah. Well, the thing is, it doesn't think it's being contained by the Foundation. It still thinks it's in its own universe.
Could you imagine if your whole life was like nutritional feeding chart and being asked questions and having to give like expository dialogue and really long paragraphs in response, and that's all you get to do aside from being poked and prodded? Miserable existence.
Like that meme,
Miserable.
What meme?
Oh, that's so good. Wait.
Is that
That's
fucking
exactly.
What is that
exactly.
from? Is that Shane from Walking Dead?
This is the Punisher, I think.
Oh. I haven't seen Punisher. Would you wait?
No.
Wait.
No.
Well, we've already gone over time, so I think real quick, just off the
I'm
bat,
starting to think the 3 articles aren't all happening.
not happening.
Wait. No, I'm gonna pull the GIF real quick. The thing I sent you is extraordinarily short, and I just want to like.
Hey,
I need to pay my debt.
don't
my
overstep
debts.
your boundaries, okay? Listen.
Wait. Where is it? Oh wait.
Not reading
There you
another
go,
article.
I got you. This is SCP-3158.
Yes.
Why are you
Physics
spoiling?
students.
You're giving the guests bad expectations. You gotta put your foot down, Tanhoney.
What?
This was the one that Wari wanted to read on finding SCP, but we didn't get to it because of my suggestions.
Okay. Let's do this then for Guare, because Guare deserves it.
Yeah. Wait, what's this one called?
This is called Inconvenient.
Yeah, Inconvenient.
It is very short too, so it shouldn't be no big deal.
Now let's get into it. Said by Communism Will Win. Well, it's called Inconvenience. Item number SCP-3158. Object class Euclid. Special containment procedures. Standard exclusionary precautions for medium-sized stationary oceanic anomalies apply for the SCP. Expungement of the SCP from satellite imagery is unnecessary. Access is denied to all personnel. Description. The SCP is a tropical island with an area of 4.8 kilometers squared, located 42 kilometers off the coast of... Subjects present on the SCP will secrete human blood rather than tears from their lacrimal glands. This does not result in irritation. Rather, the blood adequately fulfills the functions of the tear film, albeit resulting in a red tint to the subject's vision. This effect ceases when the subject leaves the SCP. Affected subjects prefer not to acknowledge this effect, attempting to refocus any such discussion on the SCP's natural beauty, calmness, or exoticism. Excreted blood matches the genetic profile of data lost. Subjects that observe a 1.5 meter by 60 meter area in the southeastern region of the SCP, designated -1, experience intense painful hunger that does not abate until they leave the SCP. Subjects will attempt to consume any material they believe to be edible, save for components of humans they consider to be of similar or higher social status.
That's interesting. So, like, if they were of a lower social status, itadakimasu.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
No subject has voluntarily discussed this phenomenon, or their actions while under its effects. They instead attempt to refocus any such discussion on the SCP's suitability as a travel destination. Prior to Incident 3158-Alpha, -1 was a site of data lost. The SCP came to Foundation attention shortly thereafter when several soldiers reported the SCP's anomalous effects.
So this has a lot going on from earlier articles that I really like, where I feel like the data loss / redacted really adds to the mystery of what's going on here. Like, it kind of leaves you with just like, okay, here's what it does, here's some vague hints of things that give you ideas in your imagination, but not the full picture. And then I think what really helps is the image has just this straight up like shitty black box, like a la 096, that makes you think like, okay, what is there? What is data lost? What's getting blacked out or like unpixelated in the image? It's pretty neat. I'll give this one like a solid 8 or 9 out of 10.
Yeah. Well, the thing about it is like, I'd say like what it's about could be a bit clear just by like thinking about like certain parts of the text a bit more.
Okay.
how like the I don't know how to say, but
You
yeah.
can just explain it. You don't have to tell me I missed the point.
Oh, okay.
What did I miss? What's going on here?
What's a sitch?
Oh well. Oh, actually, I checked. Like the coward I am, I checked the discussion page to see if the author said anything.
Hold on. So you told me that I missed the point, and then you did not know the
No,
point either. You looked it up in the discussion page.
I know it's hard for me to describe. It's like colonialism. Like the thing in they post in this.
Oh,
this
like the
discussion.
souls of like it has something to do with like natives clearly do not want us here, but we're like, oh, it's such a great place. Don't think about and like the blood is like symbolic of like the blood we shed to basically take that place by force.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool. I didn't think about it. That ups it another point in my book. I'd give this one a 10 out of 10.
Hell yeah.
That's clever. That wouldn't have immediately come to my mind, but that's an amazing point. I didn't get a chance to rate your article or go over my thoughts on that before we got shifted over there, so I'll just say real quick, I'll give Vampire Tugboat a solid 8 out of 10. I think it's pretty funny. It's got some interesting parts. I do think, and this is a complaint that maybe doesn't hold as true if I was just reading it, but I do think there are some parts that could be cut down just a little bit for brevity, like not major things, but just like maybe a few sections out of like the timestamp log. But otherwise, I thought it was a pretty solid piece. I can see why people like Vampire Tugboat. I thought it was charming, and I thought you did a good job on it.
Thank you. It's also very funny that you keep calling it Vampire Tugboat.
That's what you fucking called it.
I called it a vampire. Its official name is Vampire Boat.
Okay, well, it's Vampire Tugboat, so.
All right.
Vampire.
I'll change it. I'll change the main list like title.
Also, so everyone who watches that isn't on the server doesn't think I'm the biggest asshole. I'm only talking this way with CrowCat because we are buddies and comfortable. I'm not being actively aggressive.
Are you? What? I didn't think you were being aggressive.
Okay, cool. But yeah, just because people are like, "Why are you being really mean?" No, I'm not. I love CrowCat. CrowCat is my ride or die. Actually, a lot of people are my ride or die, but he's one of them. CrowCat is definitely up there, top 10.
Top 10 DSC peers.
Hell yeah. But now we have some comments or something to read really fast.
Sure.
So
yeah.
And you get to be here for it, which is pretty cool.
Woohoo!
I can't wait to hear your responses to the comments. Yeah. Well, it should be like 4 comments. Oh, actually, we have quite a bit this time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We are so back.
We are so back. We are so back.
We're so back.
We're so back. I would love to have Sobek on. He has such a good voice.
We are so back. It's like fucking Guardians of the Galaxy.
Alright. So first up from JT, we have a lot of cute articles and a cool guest. What more can you ask for? Ori's stuff never fails to make me smile or feel sad one way or another. And I'm glad they're on the podcast. It's a real shame that all DSCP guests get thrown out the Tanhoney Tower's top floor window once the recording stops. Cut the footage. Edit that out, Anomalous. Oh, hey, current episode guest. Word of advice. Be like T-Staffer and bring a parachute. That's how she managed to get on the podcast twice. I wouldn't recommend using Cactus's method. He just survived by using his upvotes to cushion the fall. How do you think I survived the fall when you guys threw me, Orchid, and Aguari out the window? I forgot we did that. We throw a lot of people out of windows in this podcast, now that I think about it.
It's our signature gag.
We did it to Salmon, too, who I'd really also love to have on again. Looking forward to the next episode as always, and see who's the mystery guest. Wave, hello, mystery guest. Rating this episode 58 out of 10. Have a good week, guys. Smile. You too, JT. Yeah, what he said. Wait, what's the quote? What's the quote with the dog? Like, stay elegant. Stay elegant. Yeah, what was it, Tan? Stay elegant and stay respectful. No, it was different. Stay elegant. It's longer. It was stay elegant, stay something, but most importantly, be respectful. How do we find it? No, the most important one was elegant, I remember that. We gotta find this fucking tweet. It's gonna bother me if we don't find this right now. Tanhoney, stay elegant. I'm just gonna look up stay elegant. Not helping. But most important, stay elegant. Nope, you are wrong because I'm not finding that anywhere. From Tanhoney. Nope. Whatever. We have comments to read. Nox Stella says, I love how realistically Ori writes humans. People often get caught up in how selfish humans can be, and they like to say that nothing is done for kinship. But kinship and making friends is a primal urge for humans. Humans are pack animals, so caring for others is a big deal. Fucking men! You put it to words. I agree with that. I think being human isn't so easy as like, oh, humans are fucked up, or like, the human spirit is truly unbeatable. I think being human, like many things, is a spectrum, and we experience all of those things at some point or another.
Yeah,
so I never
you gotta
like
take the good with the bad.
Exactly. So I never like when media portrays things one way or the other, and I actually think Ori hits that perfectly. Like, we see a kinder side of the Foundation and anomalies, but they're still being contained, and the Foundation is still fucked up. And I think it touches on that spectrum of humanity really well, which is what I like. It's a good take. So I thought Ori was good for that. What were your thoughts, Tan?
I agree. People ace together strong.
I thought you were just going to end it with people and not add anything. People. Thanks for watching, guys. Sobek says... oh, sorry, go ahead.
I was just going to say, like, Ori's Goblin Con, like I say, you can't read it for, judging by, like, when it's going to come out, like, in like for like another week, but like it is, oh my god, it's real good.
Nice. Sobek says, Darnell, for being such a good podcast host, you've earned yourself an extra 15 minutes in the Tanhoney Towers ball pit. Have fun, smile. I would never play in a ball pit. Do I look like a peasant?
I play in a ball pit.
I've played in a ball pit as a kid. Can I be honest? Never got the ball pit even as a kid. I was like, what's the point? It's not really that fun. There's just a bunch of hard plastic and you're wading around. It's not like a pool where you get to splash people and like swim fluidly. It's just, I never got the concept of the ball pit.
There was, when I was a kid, there's this gym place where like kids could just like play on like these gym things, and there's like this huge like foam pit full of these big foam. Oh yeah, you know what I'm talking about. Yeah, these giant like cube foams. They're just in there. Oh my god, that was the best.
Yeah. Insert clever name here says, I returned from my DSCP hiatus to see an episode with some of my fave modern SCPs. I'm not a memorizing number freak, though, so it was a very nice surprise. Ori's insight was also very neat. I see we've all done away with passwords again, though. Good. Oh, well, now we have to bring it back.
Password, what's the password?
Password is, hey, buddy.
Okay, that's the password.
Do you want the response to that? Is a response expected, or...?
I don't know.
You just have to say, hey, buddy. Like you're
with an exclamation point. Hey, buddy!
Next from Lan. Lan says, no, wait, it's Banker's comment. Banker Paul says, wait, Tanhoney, do you want to read... Oh, God. Do you want to read this comment? Okay, fine. Banker Paul says, do you want to read this, Tan? They want you to read this.
Did I want me to read it? Okay.
Yeah.
I did read this on my... No, wait, it's Banker's comment. Banker Paul says, wait, Tanner, did you want to read this comment? Okay, fine. Banker Paul says, it's been an honour being a part of this community. As much as I love you all, I'm going to have to leave you here, while I venture off into the abyss, the unknown, the inescapable future I've poured myself into. It is not the army again, no, it is something far greater and far more terrifying. I have a duty to myself and my fans. You will not see me again. So long and Godspeed. Your favourite Starboy, Banker Paul. P.S. I hate Darnell, and I hate Lan, but the rest of you are pretty cool, I guess. I don't really know. Lol, later losers. To which I replied, please say psych.
I remember Banker was like going somewhere the other day. So...
No, yeah. He
is he being deployed?
I'm not quite sure. He wasn't super specific on it. I'm not sure how much he wanted to talk to. All I'll say is he had to do like a really annoyingly like tedious thing on like Saturday.
Oh. So he's just gone yesterday, not even today. It's already over.
Yeah, it was so over dramatic. I thought he was being serious.
I thought he was like about to like join JRPG party.
Yeah, I thought
that's why save the world.
I was very offended that he said he hated me, but then I don't know.
I was glad that he was truthful.
Wow.
he spoke his truth.
See, Tanhoney, I told you. I told you. Fable Amare says, thank you all for having me on. It was a ton of fun. Thank you for coming on, Ori. No problem.
Very good episode. The Ori episode was very good.
It was really good, Ori.
Now you owe me.
You were a pleasure to have on, Ori. You don't owe him anything. Comedy Man Kelp says, absolutely cannot lie. The final bit of Udila's story actually got me a little choked up. Love that incomprehensible eldritch being from beyond time.
Me too.
Orchid
Me too.
Stream says, whenever I hear the word ball pit, I think of the DashCon ball pit immediately. That's because you're on
Why?
Tumblr. Guare SCP says, fuck yeah, Ori, love that guy. And then finally, Ori says, I love you, random citizen. Guare's not random, he's a cornerstone! We love Guare, he's a mod. An anomalous writer lastly says, Ori guest, wowza, quite some charming articles, smile. I love the way Anomalous types.
Yeah,
He's so cute.
he's such a dear. He's such a dear.
Ladies, I think he's single. Just saying.
Mm.
Anomalous, post yourself doing a little spin. You know that old animation meme of like doing the little spin on the ground? What was that? You know what I'm talking about?
Are you talking about the banana rotate?
I don't know. It was just like people doing a spin on the ground when they're
Oh,
short.
people doing it.
I don't remember. What was this image you posted, Dan?
The 9 most terrifying words in the English alphabet are, "It's the tickle monster. I'm coming to tickle you." Ronald Reagan.
No. All right. Well, thank you guys for watching. As always, CrowCat, anything you want to plug or say before we end off here?
I guess if I'm gonna like plug an article, I'll post the best thing I've ever posted, which is a SCP-7755, a hole dug with a rabbit's foot.
Nice.
I'd say that. Also, check out the RomCon entries, particularly my opponent's, Harry's Blanks, but also check out mine. Mine first, if you will.
All right, you heard it here first.
Check it out.
Check it out. 7755 and the RomCon.
Yeah.
All right. And with that, we will see you guys next time. Bye.
Goodbye.
Bye.
Bye-bye.